A good day to all of you. Many thanks to all of you who spent your valuable time viewing the video on the food is medicine concept for the management of hypertension and cardiac diseases. As we had discussed joints before, and as we are discussing food concept now, I thought of discussing about foods which are very good for joint health. Collagen is the building material for almost all the structures in the body. Joints are very collagen rich structures, so is the skin as well. It has been shown that any food content which has a very viscous nature, like sesame seeds, sesame oil, or urad dal, or fenugreek seeds, castor oil, and lady's finger or okra, they are deemed to be very rich in collagen. It is a very important tradition in the southern parts of India that when girls attain menarche, when they have their first menstrual period, for a period of about 12 to 14 days, it is a must that all girls have sesame oil and food cooked in sesame oil and food made out of urad dal. And that is because the girls' organ systems are growing, and collagen is a very important component to promote that. So these are time-tested traditions. So I think it is important we look into the value of those traditions, right? So I thought we'll look into the 5 components we discussed. Sesame oil. The reason our ancestors started using sesame oil is because it grows very well in the tropics, and the extract is the sesame oil, and it has been shown that sesame oil reduces inflammation, which is the reparative process of the joints of any tissue for that matter, but specifically for joints, sesame oil is good. And sesame oil protects against UV light, and UV light is going to be abundant in any country where there is a lot of sunlight, like India, and probably that is the reason we started using sesame oil, right? However, we have started slightly moving towards olive oil, and that's probably because it's not known and grown in our country, and therefore we fancy it more. But when we have something as valuable as sesame oil, why go for something else? So another interesting thing I read about sesame oil is that it improves brain's ability to retain information. And there is a debate that there is fluid around our brain and spinal cord, and out of all the oils that can be used for medicinal purposes, sesame oil seems to have a similar viscosity to that of the cerebrospinal fluid. It hasn't been proven, but that is the general belief, and therefore it makes sense that sesame oil helps with this. So this ability to process information is called cognition, and the brain's cognitive ability seems to be significantly improved with sesame oil. So I have to say, at my age, having lived probably equal amounts in India and away from India, I do see less number of people with conditions with cognitive impairment like dementia or Alzheimer's. They seem to be less in the subcontinent compared to the other countries I have lived in. So to me it makes sense because I have seen it as well. So hopefully we will be able to see the truth in this and start valuing sesame oil more. The next oil I want to discuss is castor oil. Castor oil again is a vegetable oil. Anybody who's used castor oil knows how viscous it is. It is very sticky. But the goodness of castor oil is because of the stickiness. Just as an experiment, I was going to suggest for you to try castor oil massage on your face. And as I said, just as an experiment, and maybe leave it on for about 20 minutes and then have your normal bath or shower. And you would see that your skin just glows, and the facial, it's better than a facial because it glows and it softens as well, and definitely brightens as well the skin. So castor oil benefits are amazing. So it is definitely of valuable use for joint pains as well. The ability of the castor oil to penetrate tissues is very high, and this is probably the reason why castor oil is deemed very good for the skin and joints. Fenugreek, again, I would like you to experiment with fenugreek if it's suitable for you. Maybe soak about 2 to 3 teaspoons of fenugreek seeds overnight in water and blend it to a fine paste, and then use it on your hair. Leave it on maybe for about 20 minutes and rinse your hair off with normal shampoo and water. And you would see for yourself as to how soft your hair becomes, and there is no question of frizziness, and that's because the rich content of fiber and protein and collagen in fenugreek is transferred to the hair. So the hair is bouncy without the use of anything artificial. So do try this for you to see for yourself the benefits of fenugreek. And fenugreek, try and use fenugreek in cooking as much as you can. And we know, at least again in South India, we always use at least a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of fenugreek in when we make dosa or idli batter. At least for the last 10-15 years, I use fenugreek in anything that I use. If I have to use crackle mustard seeds, if I have to use jeera seeds, I use fenugreek as well. Fenugreek is an amazing spice, and time permitting, we will talk about it sometime in the future. So that's about fenugreek. And okra is very rich as well because it's again viscous, so it's very rich in collagen too. And urud dal, when we make the dal dough, we can see as to how bouncy it is, and that's because of the collagen content in it. So this snippet is just about the benefits of all the things that we use in traditional Indian cooking to promote joint health as well. I hope to streamline the videos from next week. However, wishing you all a very lovely day. Thank you. Namaskar.